If you're just getting started to become a blockchain developer on Algorand, your first step is installing AlgoKit. With AlgoKit, you can set up your development environment, quickly write your smart contract, deploy it, test it, and integrate it with your existing application in a seamless process. Hello everyone, my name is Chris Kim, and today we're going to explore some of the main features provided by AlgoKit v1. For those who don't know what AlgoKit is, I'll leave a link in the description that leads to the AlgoKit documentation, but in short, it's a one-stop shop command line tool for Algorand developers that will get you up and running in a matter of minutes and help build and launch production-ready applications rapidly. Today we're going to take a look at 4 of the features of AlgoKit: init, bootstrap, localnet, and explore. By using these 4 features, I'll show you how to set up your development environment, deploy an Algorand smart contract to a local Algorand network, and interact with a deployed smart contract using a graphical user interface called dappflow. By the end of this video, you'll be fully capable of writing, deploying, and interacting with your smart contract on the Algorand blockchain. Alright, let's get started. First, you want to install a few dependencies. Make sure you have Python 3.10 or higher, and if you don't have the latest version, you can install it from the Python website. Next, install Git so that you can integrate your AlgoKit project into GitHub and keep track of your progress. You also need to install Docker, which is used to run the AlgoKit localnet environment where you'll be doing all your contract testing before mainnet deployment. Finally, install pipx, a package installer that we will be using to install AlgoKit. I'll leave all the links to the installation pages in the description. And if you want a more detailed setup guide, you can watch the detailed instruction from the development environment setup videos showing up on the top right corner. Now that we have all the prerequisites, let's install AlgoKit. Go to the terminal of your choice and run the command pipx install AlgoKit. This command will globally install the latest version of AlgoKit so that you can use it wherever you are on your computer. To make sure AlgoKit is installed, run AlgoKit --version. And if you see your version popping up on your terminal, that means you've installed AlgoKit. Now onto the fun part. Now let's create a project using AlgoKit. To do that, run the command AlgoKit init. This command will prompt an interactive setup session where it asks a series of questions to set up a project folder that is appropriate for your need. You'll first see a series of templates to choose from. Since we are here to learn about AlgoKit, let's choose the playground template that contains multiple sample smart contracts to play around with. It's first going to ask you the name of the project. Let's name it Learn AlgoKit. Once you see the message template render complete, it's going to ask you if you want to run AlgoKit Bootstrap, which is the second AlgoKit feature we're using today. AlgoKit Bootstrap is the magic command that will install all of the dependencies you need to start writing an Algorand smart contract. So I'll say yes to that. So as you can see, AlgoKit Bootstrap installed all of the dependencies we need for building. And then it asks me, would you like to initialize a Git repository and perform an initial commit? For most of you, you'll be building your own custom application using AlgoKit, so saying yes to this will set up your Git environment right away. So I'll say yes. Once you answer all the questions from AlgoKit, it's going to automatically launch VS Code if you have VS Code installed as your default code editor. Now don't worry if you use a different editor, you just open up that project folder from your terminal. Let's head over to our Explorer and see what kind of files we have. All these files over here are just configuration files that AlgoKit uses, so you don't really have to worry about them. Now go into the playground folder, and inside the playground folder there are a lot of sample applications that you can play around with. For today's video, let's take a look at the Hello World smart contract. Inside the Hello World folder, there are 3 files: build, demo, and helloworld.py. The helloworld.py file contains the simple smart contract Hello World app and has one method that returns hello with the name argument that you pass in. Now heading over to the build.py file, this file has a Python script that will build your smart contract and write out the artifacts from your smart contract. So let's try running this file. Now open up your terminal, and before we move on, you'll notice that AlgoKit automatically launched the virtual environment when it automatically opened up VS Code. But if your virtual environment is not activated, all you need to do is from the root folder run source.venv/bin/activate. And this will activate the virtual environment for you, which includes all the dependencies that you need to build Algorand smart contracts. After you check that your virtual environment is activated, make sure you have the right Python interpreter selected. On Mac, you can do Command-Shift-P, or in Windows, Control-Shift-P, and then click on Python Select Interpreter, and make sure you choose the one that has the venv on it. Alright, now let's run the file. First, go into the playground folder, and then into the hello world folder, and run the build.py file by running python 3 build. And there you go. That created the artifacts and dumped all the artifacts into the artifacts folder, which is auto-generated over here. If you look inside of the artifacts folder, there are 4 files in there: application.json, approval.tl, clear.tl, and contract.json. Approval.tl and clear.tl files are TL source code that is auto-generated by your PyTL smart contract, and contract.json is the ABI for your smart contract that is used for front end or other clients that needs to interact with your smart contract. Application.json file is an extended version of an ABI that includes more information. Now, this application.json file is very important, and you'll see why later in this video. Alright, finally, let's take a look at the demo.py file. Now, this file includes a Python script that will build the smart contract, although we've already done it, get the AlgoKit client, get accounts from your localnet, create the application using the app client created over here, and then call the hello method and pass in Beaker as the argument. Now I'm just going to change this to Chris because that's my name. Now let's open up the terminal again and try running this file. Now as you can see, we get this nasty error message and something's up. Something's not working. Now you'll see our error message, connection refused. Now this is because if we go back to our demo.py file, this Python script is trying to connect to our local network. And you can see that over here. We're trying to configure the AlgoKit client to our local network. However, we don't have the local net running on our computer right now. So we have to launch our local net before we run this Python script. So to do that, first make sure you have the Docker desktop running in the background, because we'll be using Docker to launch our local network and run the container. Now go back to your VS Code, open your terminal, let me clear this, and run AlgoKit localnet start. Now this simple command is going to launch your local network using AlgoKit. If this is your first time running AlgoKit localnet start, it will take some time to launch the network. Alright, now that our localnet is running in the background, let's try running the demo file again. Now this time, it worked properly. Now as you can see, you use the build method to find the inside of build.py file, deploy the application in this transaction ID, the ID of the app is 1001, and the app address is this right here. And it returned hello Chris, just like we expected. So far we've used AlgoKit init to initialize the AlgoKit project. We used AlgoKit bootstrap to install all the dependencies you need for building Algorand smart contracts. And then we use AlgoKit localnet to launch a local Algorand blockchain on our computer for testing. Now let's see how you can deploy and interact with this Hello World smart contract using dappflow, a graphical user interface. To go to dappflow, simply run AlgoKit Explore in your terminal, and it will open up dappflow in your browser. So in your terminal, run AlgoKit Explore. Now running AlgoKit Explore will automatically launch dappflow in your browser. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure dappflow is configured to your local network. To do that, you come over here and make sure that it is connected to Sandbox, which is another name for local network. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to head over to dev wallets and then create a dev wallet that you want to use for testing. Now creating a dev wallet will dispense 100 test algos for you to play around with. If you need more, just click dispense and it will dispense more algos. Now let's connect the wallet. Click connect wallet and click dev wallet. Now head over to Beaker Studio, click select the app, import Beaker app, upload file, go to the AlgoKit project folder, go into the playground folder, and then hello world folder, go into the artifacts folder, and find this application.json file that we talked about before. Click open and this will import in the application.json file to dappflow. Now, because application.json file includes all the information about the smart contract, dappflow was able to understand what this Hello World app is, the source code for this application, and what method it has over here. To deploy the app, click Create App, and then click Create. And if you see the message, transaction successful, that means your Hello World app is deployed on your localnet using dappflow. Now, let's come back down here and let's try executing the hello method. Click Execute, and for the name argument, this time let's pass in Algorand. Click Execute, and under the value over here, you'll see Hello Algorand, which is what we expect. Okay, let's recap what we learned today. Today we explored 4 features from AlgoKit: init, bootstrap, localnet, and explore. AlgoKit init is a command that sets up an AlgoKit project folder based on your preference. During the initialization, it asks you if you want to run AlgoKit bootstrap, which is the magic command that installs every dependency you need to build an Algorand smart contract. Also later, if you're cloning an AlgoKit project to build on top of an already existing code base, you can run this command to quickly set up your environment and start coding. Then we used AlgoKit localnet to launch a local Algorand network on your computer that is used to quickly test your smart contract. And finally, we used AlgoKit Explore to go to dappflow and deploy and interact with the Hello World smart contract using a graphical user interface. With these 4 commands, you'll be able to easily write, test, deploy, and interact with your smart contract and be on your way to building a production-ready full-stack application on the Algorand blockchain. If you have any questions, head to the Algorand Discord channel to get your questions answered by the developer relations team or the Algorand developer community. Also, if you like this video, make sure to give us a like and subscribe to stay in the loop. That being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.